What's up, guys? Welcome back to WrestleDOWN, the discussion of wrestling now right here on AOC and WGS-TV. Yes, guys, I am back after being gone for about a month and a half. Yours truly, the Wrestle Gamer, has returned to WrestleDOWN.
Double B.
Along with Mark the Smart Trahan. And before we go any further...
Yo, where's my Evian?
Your Evian. This is AOC. You get water.
Where is my Evian? No, wait.
Want some Cristal?
I came all the way in from California for this. Where is my Evian?
This is Louisiana. What else did you expect? I mean, Tropical Storm Harvey dumped all this on us. You might as well drink
You get some Evian from the Bennett? You know?
The private jet dropped us off. I mean, and I thought I was going to have Evian and everything I asked for. What's going on here, Billy?
What about the blue M&Ms?
The blue?
Well, I wanted blue. You wanted orange.
What about pink?
You're right. You're right. I need orange.
No, we don't eat pink. We are pink.
I drink pink.
Again, before we go any further, I'd like to first off personally thank Mark for filling in for me for the past month and a half hosting WrestleDOWN.
No problem, Bill.
You know, if you guys don't know what happened, I put up a channel update video on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/WrestleGamer, explaining everything that happened. If you guys want to find out where I've been for the past month and a half, just go check out that video. It'll tell you everything. Allow me to introduce our very special guest here. As you guys can see, all the way from California. It's been about a couple of years since they've been here to AOC, but they're back here. First off, the John Johnson. John, how you doing?
Doing fantastic, Billy.
And of course, one half of the Cali Heat, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful Bobby in the house. Bobby, how you doing?
The most beautiful man has entered this building. And I'm doing great, Billy.
And unfortunately, your tag team partner, Delicious David Silver, was unable to attend the show tonight.
He wanted to work out on Muscle Beach tonight, and I couldn't take that away from him. So he's still over there working out right now. But you know, he's got the gold from Action Packed Wrestling, and he's just doing his thing, man.
All right.
Now, for the fans out there who are watching who are unfamiliar with Action Packed Wrestling, tell us what APW is all about.
Well, let me tell you what APW is all about.
He's their minute.
The John Johnson is the general manager of APW.
Okay.
Since I stopped managing Cali Heat, I'm no longer the manager of Cali Heat, unfortunately for beautiful Bobby. He does not get this talent anymore. Ever since taking ownership of APW and go ahead and starting our promotion, we've been doing a ton of just getting our wrestlers out there, making sure that everybody is aware of everything that we do. We've had 2 events so far. Our first event, First Encounter, went off fantastic.
Well, that's good.
This past weekend, we crowned our very first champion. Delicious David Silver took the belt in a championship scramble match. Came down to the last 30 seconds of the match.
Would this be the championship belt that we are speaking of?
No, sir.
Not, but we will talk about this belt in a second.
Very nice belt,
It's still a beautiful gold belt.
It is a beautiful gold belt. And so Delicious David Silver did take the APW Heavyweight Championship back to California, sitting on his nightstand right by the beach. But on Sunday, not only did, since David took the championship on Saturday, on Sunday in Mississippi, that wonderful gentleman right over there, beautiful Bobby, took the SCW Heavyweight Championship. So not only, which you might want to make a comment about this, but not only since I've stopped managing the Cali Heat, they both took heavyweight gold, but
we both not only won heavyweight championships, but we both won our first heavyweight championships in the same weekend.
Definitely.
How can you say that we're not one of the best teams in professional wrestling if in the same weekend we win our first heavyweight championships in 2 different companies, by the way?
Well, first off, congratulations on your championship win. Talk to us about your title match and what was it like?
Oh, it was amazing, Billy.
Who was against?
I faced the Pharaoh of Funk. I don't know if you follow Mississippi wrestling.
I'm aware of him.
He's got a lot of hair missing up top. He's got that Shawn Michaels comb over going.
Doesn't he spell Pharaoh with an F?
He does, and he spells funk with a P.
He's Pharaoh Punk?
Yeah, with a PH, actually. Funk. But no, it was awesome, Billy. It was cool. I mean, I've been wrestling now for 7 years. You've basically been there my whole career. I mean, when I came in, you were the commentator for GCW Abbeville. You've commentated everywhere pretty much.
Yes.
But it was exciting, man. I mean, to actually finally reach the top of the mountain in a company, it was just amazing.
And this is your first world championship as a singles competitor,
This
correct?
is my first championship as a singles competitor. Yes, sir.
Right. What did that title win mean to you?
It meant everything. That solidifies that the hard work that I've put in over the last 7 years has meant something, and that I am one of the top talents in this country.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did you cry in the ring like Shawn Michaels tell Punk Pharaoh to get up my effing ring?
Mr. Trahan? Is that how you say your last name? Trahan?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not a crybaby. I took my title win like a man. Hoisted it up for everybody to see. I texted my mom because she had to know first.
Yeah.
And then I texted David, told him what happened, and we celebrated the very next night on Rodeo Drive.
Sweet.
Yeah. I will say this: that I was actually in the building for that match, and I had
called color commentary.
I did. I had the honor of being one of the commentators on that, and that match was absolutely what's the word I want to use? Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Oh, he's punny tonight.
I mean, I saw 2 photo bombs during that match, and then that finish was, I mean, it was just glorious. There was nothing about that match that was not, just excellence.
I know you haven't seen me wrestle in a while, Billy, but that is the name of my finishing move. It is called the photo bomb.
The photo bomb.
Yes, sir.
And if you act up a little bit, you might get photo bombs through the stable. I'm not saying it'll happen.
If somebody doesn't give me some Evian, somebody's getting photo bombed tonight. I'm just saying. Come on,
I'd
AOC.
also like to put it out there that since I'm getting my strength back and my health is starting to get better and better, that I would like to start attending, and I also like to put in a personal inquiry as to maybe being the new commentator for APW.
We might be able to do that. You know what? In fact, one of the things that me and the rest of the leadership over at APW have been talking about is getting somebody to stream. And so, if that's the case, obviously, we're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're on cable TV right now.
Yep.
And so, given all of that, there's nobody else I can think of that could do it. So whenever the wonderful Billy Boudreaux is ready to finally make it out there and start streaming, you know what, we can make that happen.
Definitely, and I'd be glad to do it. The phone lines are open over here, guys. 337-366-8951 is the number to call. Also, if you can't call in, we also have the chat rooms on Twitch and YouTube open. And we got a couple of chat room people right now. Kayla Martian is in here, says, wow, all 3, that's pretty good.
All 3, that's pretty good what?
I'm not sure. I'd be very leery about what Kayla said, because Kayla's kind of not all there when it comes to me in the chat. So, no offense, Kayla, just let's try to keep it a little bit clean on the show.
Well, let me ask this.
We do have a phone call right now.
From New Orleans.
New Orleans. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello. You on the?
Is this Will?
Yeah.
Hey, Will, how you doing, man?
Good. Watching the same thing.
Well, you're on the line here with the new SCW heavyweight champion, Beautiful Bobby, and the John Johnson of APW. Got any questions you'd like to ask him?
No.
You should.
So why did you call in, buddy? What's going on? I
Why do
mean,
you want to talk?
you need relationship advice? What's going on?
Oh.
He hung up.
Come on, we like relationship advice. I can give you all the tips to get all the ladies, especially if you like blondes.
My scarf
Again,
looks
if you
weird
guys
on
want to
TV.
call
What's up
in
with that?
and have any questions for our guests, Beautiful Bobby and the John Johnson,
Why does my scarf
the
look
number to
black?
call is 337-366-8951.
Oh, it's,
You can get.
okay.
Yeah, Kayla, it's a small no. I'm not going to call you that. I'm not that rude.
What's the URL for Twitch so that I can?
It is
put
Twitch.
it on
Yeah,
right
it is
now?
twitch.tv/WrestleGamer.
WrestleGamer?
Yep.
WrestleGamer. The WrestleGamer.
Yep. So again, we are live. If you guys have any questions you'd like to call in or ask them in the chat room, you guys are more than welcome to do so. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that's been going on in the quote big leagues of professional wrestling.
Wait, do you actually watch that stuff?
Yeah.
I don't. I literally don't.
I think New Japan, All Japan, and Ring of Honor is
No, I'll
probably
tell
the
you
best.
what. What's that promotion down south?
Action Pack Wrestling.
No, that other one, the one that doesn't matter as much.
I don't know which one you're talking about, bro.
It's the one with that what's his face went to, Rey Mysterio went to.
Oh, Lucha Libre.
Underground?
Lucha Underground.
I'll tell you what, I like what they're doing over there. They do some crazy stuff.
They had a woman world champion.
Oh, really?
That's me talking.
Sexy star.
I'm watching me on me. Oh my God. Hold up. I just make sure this link works. Let everybody watch. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, we are taking questions here in the chat room and on the phone lines. If you guys have any questions, be sure you do that. The number to call is up on the screen. And one of the things I want to talk about, there's been a lot of debuts, there's been a lot of people moving around, and just recently,
Glorious. Glorious.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a second. But I'm talking about the move of Johnny Mundo, aka John Morrison, who's now known as Johnny Impact in Global Force Wrestling. To me,
All right, moved.
yeah. And to me,
Shows how much I pay attention.
the thing is, I hate the name Johnny Impact. I don't hate the talent that John Morrison is. I think
Sure.
I think Morrison is a fantastic talent. I think he was completely underrated
So wait,
in WWE.
if he's no longer in, you know what?
Yeah, he's no longer in Lucha
If he's
Underground.
no longer in Lucha Underground, you know.
No reason to watch now.
But he's still in AAA.
No, but here's what I'm
He's
thinking. Maybe I can do
heavyweight,
a
heavyweight.
pay-per-view.
Oh, that would be
Oh, you
something.
see that?
Oh.
See, that's why I'm the general manager.
General manager dropping bombs
you
over
know
here,
what? Maybe we
man.
can get some talent in there.
Didn't you have Shane Douglas?
Yes, Shane Douglas.
Franchise, yeah.
The franchise was in the building over the weekend.
See?
He sure
Did he
was.
wrestle or he just sound on the grass?
So, unfortunately,
so
let
somebody-
me tell you what happened.
Go ahead, John.
So, unfortunately, there was a mishap from a certain, there was a miscommunication that was queried over by one of our other talents. And so our other talent informed Mr. Douglas that he didn't need blood work or a physical to wrestle in Louisiana. So, ladies and gentlemen, in Louisiana, you need to have a license with the Louisiana Athletic Commission. You have to have your proper blood work, and you have to be able to be checked out by the doctor whenever you're there. So, unfortunately, those three things did not happen because of this other talent, which I don't even want to mention his name because, you know, Ashton Spears. But that's why. So, regardless, unfortunately, I had to escort Mr. Shane Douglas out of the building because he couldn't wrestle.
But
He couldn't sign autographs or he couldn't.
well, he still signed autographs.
And then-
This man gave him a ticket.
So what I did is like the athletic commission wanted him out, but they can't kick out my paying customers.
Right.
Our APW fans cannot get kicked out of the building unless they do something stupid, and I just gave that man a ticket. I said, "Here you go. Now you can be in my building."
Yeah.
We can't do anything about it.
Did he give us? You couldn't do a speech, right?
He did.
Hey, you know what? He could talk.
He was able. He was able to actually get in the ring and talk. And
Did he do a little shoot on Ashton Spears?
no,
He
well,
should've.
a little bit, a
know
little
what?
bit. He just let Ashton Spears know what's going to happen when we do bring him back down here
Right,
because
when-
Shane Douglas will be back.
That's true.
Yeah, the franchise.
I mean, he's one of the biggest names in. I mean, he's of course ECW.
and the only triple
He
threat,
has been
Ashton.
having heat for about the past couple of years, hasn't it?
Well, last year in Mississippi, Spears actually busted the franchise open with a garbage can lid, and the franchise wasn't too happy about that. So the franchise has something to deal with Ashton Spears, and
That's true.
we're not going to announce when, but
I got-
put it like this:
I have
Shane's going to get his
I have a
revenge.
time in mind. Once we let things cool off a little bit, we'll get him back in there.
Shane will be back.
He will be back.
I wish
for sure.
I wish Bam Bam Bigelow and Chris Candido would be around. They would
Yeah.
mess up Ashton Pierce too. And one thing about Ashton, you stole the name Triple Threat and put a bunch of different guys. The only Triple Threat they ever had was Chris Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow and Shane Douglas. Okay.
Side note of trivia: there was also the version of it with Shane Douglas and the Eliminators.
Yeah, the
Yep,
Eliminators.
sure was. But you want to know a funny fact about Ashton Spears?
What's that?
You want to know where he got his name from?
Where?
Ashton from Ashton Kutcher, and Spears from Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. If you're watching Ashton, I just let out your secret, brother.
Right.
Well, we got a couple of chat room comments I'd like to read. And first off, Chauncey, if this man photobombs me through a table, I am going to hunt you down and kill you for that statement. Chauncey says, so you got two dummy on your show. Let's talk to you what the dummy do, the two dummy waiting till you get to GFW. Eli Drake will beat you two dummy up.
I have no idea what that said. Like, I'm
Hey.
trying to read that. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I
Look, it's called spell check.
It's called grammar.
It's called grammar. It's
not-
called first grade grammar. You
we
learn
don't
periods
do-
and
we don't do capital
commas.
letters.
I mean, if you're going to come at me, bro, at least make sure I can understand it.
Hold on, wait. He said he was a John Cena kind of guy. So that.
oh, we got a new caller. Let's put him on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a message for Mr. Bobby right there. I just want to know if you're ready to lose those tag team titles come September 9th to the Cajun Outlaws.
Wait.
Wait,
wait.
Caller, can I ask you for your name, please?
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
No. It's okay. I know who this guy is. I recognize that.
I recognize the voice myself. Who is that?
That's. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's Mike White.
Oh, Mike White.
Is this the famous Mike White?
Yeah, I mean, you should already know who it was before I called, but yeah, it's Michael White.
So hold up. You really think that on September 9th in Morgan City
For the NWA.
for the NWA Gulf Coast Tag Team titles that you Cajun retards are going to beat the Cali Heat in the middle of the ring and take our belts away from us?
Is there an email?
I got
where can
one.
tell people to
I
send
got
their
one
email?
response for you, bro, and it's very simple. The answer to that question is nope.
Okay, well, you know what? I think my boy right here might have something to say. Mustang Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell him what's going on?
Oh.
What's up there, Cali? He Mustang Mike here. Mike White decided he wanted to come over here and get a little backup over here at Mustang Mike's Mansion Dome. And we were
Mansion
here
Dome.
talking about some strategy, and I think you boys got your number next Saturday night.
The only number he's got is 1, 2, 3, because once me and Dave get done with him, he's only going to be looking at the lights, counting up to 3.
Oh, it's getting hot in here.
All right. I have no doubt in my mind that y'all might be tough and y'all held these belts for so long, but y'all been doing it so dirty that come this Saturday, September 9th, it's not going to matter because the Cajun Outlaws are ready to ride. And we're going to ride all over, Cali.
Now, hold up.
Now I just got one question for you, Mike White. Hold up. Isn't your backup that you're over there with, Mr. Mustang Mike, I recall us beating him and his partner for these belts.
Well, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Y'all chased this for about 2 years, running behind those tag titles, and on the night in question, y'all did what it took to beat us for the titles. And, of course, since then, you realize that Mustang Mike has been glorious in his singles career and doing the singles thing, and Psycho Mike still does his thing, but a little part-time. But yeah, y'all did win the belts. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. And since then, I can't give you much credit because your tag team partner, David Silver, is backed out of the last 2 NWA title defenses that they had. So that's what made y'all have to put these title belts up against Michael White and Killer Shane on September 9th.
And I'll tell you this much, if David Silver doesn't show up again, I'll do what I've been doing all year, and that's defending these belts by myself and still walking out with them and taking them back to Cali.
Mustang Mike, Billy Boudreaux. Mustang Mike, Billy.
I just want to take a second, and I want to thank Mustang Mike for us inheriting all the whippings that they've been putting on you, and now you got a whole new row going on of whippings that we're going to put on you. So thank you, Mustang Mike.
Well, hold on. Let me let Billy talk for a second.
Yeah, Mustang Mike, Billy Boudreaux here. How you doing? It's been a long time since we had a chance to talk. What sets the Cajun Outlaws different, sets them apart from the Cali Heat and the title defense coming up next week?
Well, I think the problem is Cali Heat has got set in their ways. You got David Silver off competing in bodybuilding competitions, going to softball games, doing things, and not making wrestling matches defending his title. And you got beautiful Bobby, that's not really that beautiful, pulling the weight for the team. So basically, I don't think they're on the level together. You got a fresh new tag team with Killer Shane and Michael White, who's hungry. Hometown of Morgan City, Louisiana, and facing two guys that basically have not been together tagging for the last 4 months. So I got to give the advantage to the hungry ones and not the guys who's doing what it takes to just hold on to the goal.
All I'm going to say is this. We've beat hometown boys before, and we're going to beat hometown boys again.
Well, let me talk real quick. Obviously, I'm the general manager right now and I haven't been managing Cali Heat.
No one's listening.
So let me tell you one thing. If you want Cali Heat at the top of the game, then you got to have D. John Johnson in that corner. And I will tell you right now, on September 9th, D. John Johnson will be in the corner of Cali Heat.
What?
And we're making it happen.
If David doesn't show up, would you wrestle?
I don't think no one can stand against that.
Yeah.
Let me.
John said he's gonna wrestle if David can't wrestle.
I got my blood work.
Well, let me tell you something there, Don Johnson. You're about as useful as a screen door on a battleship. So basically, it really doesn't matter if you show up or not, because all you're gonna be doing is standing there and taking space by the ring. So, your time's been going just like it was for Miami Vice years ago. So it's a new era. You got Michael White, you got Killer Shane,
And our manager,
their manager, Pretty Tony. So basically,
What's a Pretty Tony?
He might be half the size, but he's got more built up inside of him than you got in your whole body. So basically, I think Pretty Tony, if you step out of line, Pretty Tony's gonna have something for you.
Tell him bring it.
He's
I'm scared of nothing.
He's the Joe C of Cajun.
I want to say I'm a big fan of Don Johnson.
Well, I guess we'll see September 9th, won't we, Mike White? Be ready. Be ready, Mike White.
Always ready. Always.
Be ready.
Well, I think they're going to be ready, but for one more thing before Mustang Mike signs off out of here, as you know, Mustang Mike's got an NWA North American heavyweight title match that night. I know this has nothing to do with Cali Heat, but I know my opponent lives over in the area where you're from, TK Riot, and if you're listening on the right now or you tuned in, anything going on over there in the Lafayette station, make sure you're ready for a fight, son. I know you've been out of the game for a while, but I've been at this for a long time, defending my belt for the last 5 months, and
or the Cali Heat.
And I've defended the belt more times in the last 3 months than Cali Heat has
In 2 years.
in 2 years.
Wow.
So basically, I'll be ready to defend my title against TK Riot. So I know he's living that area over there. So if he's listening or watching TV or whatever this is,
Sticking his nose.
yeah, be ready. And Cali Heat, like I said,
I'll tell you one thing though. I got to give it to Mike to
make sure he shows, because if he doesn't, I can guarantee you, y'all not walking out of that building with the belt.
Mustang. I don't have any problems with you. Obviously, we've done business before. You've wrestled for APW, and we appreciate you coming out every time. But if you think for 1 second that with me in the corner at Cali Heat, that anybody's going to walk out with a tag team title other than it going back to Cali, you are mistaken. But I appreciate you.
John Johnson, I'm going to tell you right now, you get in our business September 9th, it ain't going to be beautiful. I can tell you that.
I guess we'll just have to see, Mike White.
When the smoke clears, we're going to see what happens. But all I can say is any of you fans out there that's listening right now, you get your tickets. I think they still got tickets available. This is going to be a hot topic. We got D'Lo Brown coming in. We got the NWA heavyweight champion, Stan Sweetan, going to be there, along with Gil Gracie, Andrew Anderson, Wild Thing, Rocket, Jason Streets, Ashton Spears, Mexican Giant, Stone Man. We got plenty of action. That's what NWA Gulf Coast provides. For any of you fans out there that's still looking for tickets, I think you can call into AOC. They'll give you the information. And, you know, like I said, me and Mike White going over a game plan right now. Of course, you know that Mike White is one of my students, along with Beautiful Bobby. But Beautiful Bobby decided to turn the other direction and turn on what was taught to him. And, hey, you do your own thing. But we coming up with a game plan over here, and my boys are going to be ready.
Well, Mustang Mike, no disrespect intended, but as you can see, I think Beautiful Bobby has done quite well for himself, being the new SCW heavyweight champion.
So what's that? Uh-huh.
Oh.
Hold up.
Oh.
The what champion?
I am the Southern Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion now, Mustang Mike.
And where is that federation out of?
That is out of Mississippi, Mustang Mike.
Mississippi. Okay.
So you had to go to a whole nother state, wrestle for a whole nother company, just for them to hand you a title, just so you can walk around and say, "Oh, look at my
Wait, hold on.
Hey, you know what's funny, Mike White? You were there about a year ago, bro.
That's
Don't
true.
even try.
That's true.
Don't even try.
And guess what? I smartened up, didn't I?
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go ahead. We're done with these guys.
Hey, but
September
no,
9th.
for real. Like what Mustang said, we have some heat or whatever. We don't see eye to eye. September 9th, Morgan City. Like he said, tickets are still available. It's going to be a hell of a show. You get to see a lot of talent. You get to see the Cali Heat. You get to see Mustang and all them. It's going to be a great show.
D'Lo Brown.
D. John Johnson returns to action.
So yeah, if you don't have your tickets and you want to see the Cali Heat beat up on some Cajun Outlaws, call in and get some tickets. You don't want to miss this.
And then even better, after that show, we got October
7th.
7th in Plaquemine, Louisiana. You're going to need to be there too, because I'm sure Mustang's going to be there. And who knows? Mike White might be there too.
Well, Mustang Mike goes anywhere where they got a title match for me to defend against, and the money's right. So there's no doubt about it. But we're going to get through September 9th, and there's only one thing left to say. Boom.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mustang Mike and Michael White. Gentlemen, thank you very much for calling. They already hung up.
Yeah.
But again, that's September 9th. That's going to be a very interesting tag team title match, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to find out more information, somebody here will have it.
We'll get some links in the on the Twitch.
All right, we have a
we'll
question
have it up there, too.
in the chat room for you, beautiful Bobby, from Kayla. And she wants to know, out of us three, who would you photobomb?
I know what I mean.
Well, Kayla, somebody in this room, I'm not going to say any names, but when I got here, he decided that he was going to give me hot water to drink. So out of the three, it would be that guy.
It helps out to get the bacteria out the water. You know,
I'll tell you what, though,
very
it's
good.
it's cooling off a little bit. It almost tastes like Evian.
Yeah.
Almost doesn't cut it though.
It's Louisiana
Just
water, though.
Just like when Mike White tries to get these belts, almost ain't gonna cut it. Just telling you. Then it got me back. They got me back on the outside of the ring. Normally I'm inside the ring telling everybody about the show, you know, and having a good time, sitting up at the top, but they're gonna get me back out at ringside. And I don't know what's gonna happen.
Hey, you might have to wrestle. You might have to wrestle tonight.
Hey, you know what? If I gotta wrestle, like I said, unfortunately, Shane didn't know he needed that blood work. I had blood work done on Wednesday. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. I got to print out in my doctor's office. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow, and then I'll renew my license whenever we're there. We're done.
And Kayla just said in the chat room, get that man some dang Evian. He needs to be treated like a beautiful person.
Thank you,
I
Kayla.
like her.
Thank you,
She's where it's
Kayla.
at.
Yep.
She's a champ.
That's what's
Phone
up.
number to call is at the top of the screen, 337-366-8951. If you have any questions for D. John Johnson or Beautiful Bobby, the new SCW heavyweight champion, they'd be glad to take your questions and answer them, and then possibly photobomb anybody you might request.
Yeah, on vinyl.
Now,
That
since
guy.
we are on Twitch, we need to add that area code in there. That area code is
Yeah,
337.
337, yes,
Yeah, 337.
exactly. And we'll also take your questions here in the chat room, as Chauncey's looking to get me in a whole bunch of trouble, and it's not going to work, Chauncey.
Hold on, you want me to read it?
No.
I'll read it.
No.
I'll do it. I understand.
You would have to know, Chauncey, and Kayla says, "Go Johnny, go Johnny, go Johnny, go Johnny. Johnny be good."
You know what? Johnny Be Good was one of my favorite songs as a kid. I thought it was always talking about me. It could be about Johnny Mundo, or Johnny Impact, or Johnny
Be Bad. Mark Merrow when he was in WCW.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I used to like him.
Yeah, but now he's like a motivational speaker now. He goes around the country.
Right. Well,
Yeah, so he's done really good for himself. So I really can't say anything bad about him. But gentlemen, I wanted to know if I can get your opinion on some of the bigger things, like in the WWE.
Oh, they got two. They got two blonde.
WWE? Let me tell you about WWE.
Champions.
See, somebody walked by. We were at the airport, or I was at the airport, picking up Mr. Shane Douglas, and then also this man, Tyson Dean, who we can talk about in a minute.
Okay.
But I was picking up this wonderful gentleman, both of these gentlemen in the airport, and somebody walked past me, and I didn't even recognize him. Honestly, God, truth, didn't recognize him. He's like, "Are you the John Johnson?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Wait, I kind of recognized him. Xavier Woods was coming through last Saturday. Who? He was coming through last Saturday. Apparently, they had a WWE event that I didn't know about because APW was there, and so was everybody that I know who likes wrestling, real wrestling. So they had, sure enough, Xavier Woods came through, and I was like, man, yeah. And so we briefly talked. I mean, you know, I had stuff to do. Obviously, I had to pick up some people. But we briefly talked, and you know what? Maybe we'll have Mr. Woods in the APW whenever he's done with his WWE stunt. Never know.
Yeah, and he still has his YouTube channel, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah,
so I just don't want to do any of the punishment challenges that he does on his channel.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, and I watched it, he made Sasha Banks eat a jalapeno pepper covered in sriracha sauce.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, she didn't find it so delicious.
Man, that sounds really good.
Wait, why don't we have those challenges here?
Yeah.
Let's make this a little bit more exciting. Let's throw some stuff out here.
Well, to be quite honest, I'm a wimp. So
Hey, man.
I would not
wins
be able to
championships.
handle it. I'm not afraid to admit it. Hey, a real man, it takes a real man to come out and say he's a wimp.
Well, that's fair. It's fair. Yeah, you know what? You know what you're able to do, and you know what you're able not to do.
Yep.
You know, unfortunately, you're not able to get in the ring.
Yeah.
But we're gonna love you on commentary coming up.
Yeah, I'm a better talker, and I have a question from Kayla. Can someone get me a Carolina Reaper? Screw you, Kayla.
Oh, that's like the hottest pepper in the world,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm down.
2.2 million Scoville units last time I checked.
Yo, I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, I heard there's a rumor that it burnt a hole in somebody's stomach or intestines.
Oh, that's what's up.
And true story. Somebody actually burned a hole in their esophagus.
Sweet.
From a Carolina Reaper.
Sweet.
Jesus.
Not really because the guy died.
Oh, well.
Now, unfortunately, I have to talk.
Yo, he went out like
I
a champ,
can't do
though.
it.
Yes, and I have to talk too.
So, Billy, what do you want to talk about WWE? What you got?
Well, there's a couple of things that, for some reason, kind of irk me, and especially with the going-ons on Monday Night Raw with the build-up to No Mercy. And it's just one thing I don't agree with. It's the fact that they're trying to outshine their Now, I'm not saying the Universal Championship match coming up is going to be bad. That's between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman.
The Clash of the Titans.
Hold on. But the Clash of the part-timers of Braun Strowman?
Yeah. Clash of the part-time. Thank you very much. You have earned more than enough of my respect.
Say that in Brock Lesnar's face.
I would.
Yeah, but
you know what? He gets paid, and he can kick my ass.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
definitely. But what I don't like is they're trying to kind of outshine and put more focus onto the John Cena Roman Reigns match rather than put more I'm an old school kind of guy when it comes to watching professional wrestling. I personally believe that your promotion's top champion, the top title, should be the main focus of a pay-per-view. And going into No Mercy, which is going to be September 26th, I believe, to me, it feels like the Roman Reigns-John Cena match is going to have more emphasis, more focus placed on it than the actual championship match. And I wanted to know, what are your thoughts about that? Should the championship match be the main focus of the pay-per-view, or rather a non-title match where the championship doesn't even matter?
I'll let Bobby answer that, but I can tell you why it's happening. I'm sure everybody who's watching knows why it's happening. Bobby, what do you think of that?
Well, personally, I think that I don't think it's really going to overshadow the championship match. Brock Lesnar is an attraction. When he shows up, people are going to tune into the network no matter what. It doesn't matter who he's going against. They did a thing a couple years ago where he went to Japan or something like that.
I think so.
And he beat up the New Day. People watched just to see Brock Lesnar. No matter whether you love Brock Lesnar or hate Brock Lesnar, when he shows up, he's money.
I believe that was on the 4th of July, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of years ago.
I think it was. I do. I think it was. But no, I mean, you know, and the thing about it is, too, is you got Roman Reigns and John Cena. So you have the man that fans loved at the beginning and then slowly started hating. And now you have Roman Reigns, who people loved at the beginning and slowly started hating. So basically, to me, they're just trying to get the fans to choose one of them.
And it really didn't look like they chose either one of them on Monday Night Raw this past week.
No, it didn't. But for some reason, it felt like the crowd was more with Cena whenever he started showing Roman Reigns how to talk. Because no matter how much, if you love Cena or hate Cena, if you're that little part that chants "you suck" at the events, it doesn't matter. John Cena is one of the best on the microphone in the current WWE. Yeah. You know, and he's been doing it. And he's been doing it for 12 years. So. You know, I don't think it's going to overshadow it. I see what you're saying, that the company might be trying to put more emphasis on it because they're saying it's a WrestleMania caliber match. Yeah. But Strowman and Lesnar stole the show at SummerSlam. Oh, yeah. And I think they'll steal the show again. Strowman is really catching fire. And I think Strowman is going to be the champion after that event. And I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to happen the way you think. Put it like that.
I like to see the tag team championships with Rollins and Ambrose.
No, I will say this: that Kayla did clarify that that event was on the 4th, and the name of it was the Beast in the East.
Right, that's right. It sure was. It was the Beast in the East, and he beat up the New Day. He beat up Xavier Woods. I think the match was with Woods, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And then the New Day ended up coming out, and he suplexed all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brock's a beast. Brock is an animal. He is the.
Let me tell you simply exactly what this is, and why there's emphasis on this match is because Brock's a part-timer. You can't have a build-up if your champion's not even there. So what are you going to do? You're going to say, oh, look, Brock said something. What are you going to stick Paul Heyman out there without showing Brock? Like, what are you going to do?
Paul Heyman is one of the best talkers besides John.
He is, but that's the thing, though, is that Paul Heyman, with all of his talent, you still need to actually see the talent himself. You need to see Brock out there. So
he's an attraction.
And he is. And Brock's going to sell tickets.
And he's money.
Brock's going to sell tickets.
And Michaela has a slight correction. The match was Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston.
Okay.
And he was so scared to even get in the ring.
Oh, okay. So, but he did end up suplexing the whole New Day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay.
Definitely.
Suplex sitting all the New Day.
That's right.
That's who.
The New Day was not rocking that day.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at WWE as the two separate brands of Raw, SmackDown, and I even count NXT as a brand, Raw, SmackDown Live, and NXT.
Well, let's not talk about NXT.
Why not?
Because NXT steals the show. Every time.
Definitely.
Yeah, NXT.
Here's the problem. NXT steals the show, and then when an NXT superstar goes from NXT to Raw or to SmackDown or anywhere up big, what happens? This is what happens. They go up, they blow up, and they go. It's just like a firework.
You know what I wish is I wish they wouldn't even televise NXT. I talk about this all the time because if you're that old school, remember back in the day when somebody debuted and you had no clue who they were?
Yeah.
That is what I feel that wrestling is missing. Now, in a way, I agree with NXT building the stars the way they do, but I hate the fact that every time an NXT star comes up to the main roster, it doesn't matter if they were heel or face in NXT, the fans cheer them because they wanted to see them. Yeah. But, I mean, like back in the day when I was a kid, I didn't watch WCW a lot. When Mankind debuted, I had no freaking clue who that dude was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got into my teens that I found out who he actually was.
Yeah, Cassius Jack.
Yeah, but I didn't know, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's something. That's probably the biggest thing I hate about NXT, and I also hate that it's gotten to the point that when somebody drops the title on NXT, you just know they're going to the main roster.
You know, they're just going straight to the main
That
roster.
gets on my nerves more than anything.
Yeah.
We're gonna give a shout out to Septimus.
Yeah, we got an incoming donation from Septimus Prime. He donated $1 and said, "Hey man, so hey Septimus, thank you very much for the donation. It's greatly appreciated. Any donations that come in to the Twitch channel will go into the Twitch channel. You know, like better games, better equipment, anything that you guys send in will definitely go into the channel itself. So if you guys want to donate, you're more than welcome to. But I gotta say, one of the things, and you brought it up instantly, the glorious one, Bobby Roode, recently just made his debut on SmackDown Live and got a huge ovation from the crowd.
Which he should have.
Glorious.
Yes, and then on NXT, he's still running as a heel. In fact, they still have him. They just recently had him on there against Roderick Strong, which was a really good match, by the way. And if you guys really want to see really top-notch wrestling in WWE, go to NXT. I got to say that. But also, I got to say, one of the best additions they had to NXT is Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. And one of the things that really kind of sparked questions in my mind is, are they trying to do a Ring of Honor angle? Will they try to do a Ring of Honor group in NXT? Do you think that would be a feasible faction, a good idea for WWE to do in NXT?
They've done invasion angles in the past.
I just don't like invasion angles with other companies like that, you know? I mean, I think it's... You know, I think it's a cool concept because Ring of Honor is pretty well known amongst the internet community, I guess you could say, because I don't watch Ring of Honor. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's just not something that interests me.
Right now, Ring of Honor is interesting. Like the champion's Cody Rhodes, and he's doing really well.
Well, I like Cody, so I would probably tune in to watch Cody. And I really like Jay Lethal. Is he still there?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I love Jay Lethal, especially when he was doing the
Young Bucks are pretty good too.
Especially when Lethal was doing the Ric Flair impersonation and the Macho Man.
Oh, I love that Black Machismo.
The Black Machismo was hilarious. And the night he came out there impersonating Ric Flair on Impact, dude, that was probably one of the best moments I saw.
In fact, there is a YouTube video where they just had them wooing against each other. Yes, I love that.
That's awesome.
But a shout out to Ric Flair. Hope you're feeling better, Rick.
Oh yeah, he's in the hospital, and again, over the past couple of years, it seems that we've lost a lot of legends, and but before we go any further, Kayla has a comment. It says Bobby Roode will always be a better heel because when he is face, he doesn't add jack shiznit to the company, whatever the company may be.
It's true.
To an extent, I would agree.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about in the business when there's some people that people just love to hate, and there's no reason that person should ever be a face.
Do you feel that Bobby Roode is one of those people?
Bobby Roode is much better worker whenever he's heel. Now he was in Beer Money. Right?
Unless he was with Beer Money. When he was with Beer Money, heel or face, I didn't care. Heel or face, I didn't care.
Right.
I thought they were great.
But you have to lend that to that was the tag team. The tag team itself was likable. Whether they were heel or face, their gimmick was amazing, and that's one of the things that we're missing a lot in WWE right now is the good gimmicks. Like, for example, one person who has a fantastic gimmick is Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has the best gimmick, one of the best gimmicks in the business, but it's underused. And so,
and it's nothing like it was in NXT. They've totally changed up that gimmick.
And so, like, you need the good gimmicks to get people over because that's where it's believable. And then let's talk about, again, heel or face. There's some people that should never be face. Realistically, I should never be face. But as a general manager of my company, I have to have that non-biased look. I have to make sure that I give the fans what they want, and that's what matters. So, like, for example, and Bobby's still mad at me about this. During our first event for APW, the fans wanted to see Beautiful Bobby versus Flip. Beautiful Bobby had been running from Flip Wolfman Jackson for a long time. You see, you can see that face. And he had been running for a long time. So first thing I did out, I was on the tanning booth, which is a great segment. If you've ever seen any APW show or any show that Bobby's ever on, and he does the tanning booth, I tell you what, you're never going to forget it.
I was there for the very first edition of the tanning booth with you, David, and Flip.
Oh yeah, when we were making fun of Flip for wearing garbage bags on his bottom. We asked him if they were Hefty or Glad. And it turned out they were just the generics from Walmart, you know.
And so beautiful Bobby called me out there, and you know, he's so excited because unfortunately David couldn't make it that time. Obviously with the bodybuilding and the you know, everything the Delicious David does, who is our current APW champion. Great man. Shout out, because I know you're watching. You couldn't make it, obvious weather and all that fun stuff, and plus, you know, this whole weird being in California.
Yeah.
But going back to this segment, Bobby calls me out and he's like, "Hey, bro, you know, we're good. We've got the day off, right?" And I'm like, "No, because the fans want to see you." So I had a little present for Bobby, because me and Bobby have been friends for a long time. We've wrestled all over the country. Well, I haven't wrestled. I've been in his corner the whole time, winning championships with him. And so I brought out a present from his past, and it was a shirt, because he used to be affiliated with Flip at one point.
Yeah.
And so I threw it at him and said, "Here's your present, bro. You finally get to avenge this what you've been running from." And Bobby got mad at me for that. He ended up losing that match, unfortunately. Sorry, bro. But
look where he is now.
But now,
Yeah, well,
you know what? He faced some tough times. He had a great showing in that championship scramble on last Saturday, and then last Sunday, there's gold. There's more gold in California because of it. Now, Bobby didn't lose a championship to Flip, but he got gold.
That's right.
Definitely.
So let's get off of Flip, bro. Let's talk. Let's see what Billy has left.
All right, Kayla wants to clarify what she was talking about Bobby Roode. She says he sells more promo as a heel than he does as a face, because when he was face in Impact, he didn't do promos. Yes and no, to an extent. That he did promos when he was with Beer Money. They both did promos, and they were both really good promos. But I feel he made more of an impact, so to speak, when
No pun
he was.
intended.
Yeah, pun definitely intended. When he was a heel, because they were more memorable. You know, they were more.
Sure.
You know, when you think about Bobby Roode, you think more about what he did as a heel than what he did as a face. Aside from what he did with Beer Money, to say the least. And I think a lot of fans wanted to see the Beer Money. And Kayla says, "I have a question for Johnny. Where did you buy this, Billy? Was at Walmart? Was the price too high?" Kayla, what the hell are you talking about?
My God, dude. Who? I mean, do they not have spell check in Lafayette?
No, she has it spelled correctly. I just don't understand the question.
There's some words. Maybe something got auto-corrected. We'll give the auto-correct in
Chauncey
there.
says,
she said something about your jacket. I don't know. You bought at Walmart.
Oh, man, this jacket was
That is a
pretty
Versace. Just like this scarf. This was custom made. This is a
This is
Versace.
vintage, actually. Like, I've had this jacket for a long time. This is actually, so, tell you what, first time I broke into wrestling, I came out, I was wearing this shirt, this jacket, a different shirt, some very expensive sunglasses that unfortunately got broke and I needed to buy a new pair. But I was wearing this exact outfit with some designer shoes, of course, to come to the ring for the first time in Morgan City, Louisiana, which is where we're going to be September 9th. And I'm returning into action. Now, will I wear the same thing? Probably not. You're going to see me in my nice pink shirt, black vest. I might even wear this jacket. But you know my tie is going to be on point. And them shoes, they're going to go right up Mike White's, you want to talk some mess.
What else you got, Billy?
Well, Chauncey says I'm a Bobby Roode kind of guy, and you know what? To an extent, I am too, because I loved his work as a heel. He was great in NXT as the NXT champion, and for some reason, the glorious gimmick is just incredibly over.
Oh, big time.
It is just absolutely amazing how well they've been able to do it. I mean, to the fact that every time he goes out to the ring for his entrance, everybody's singing his theme.
Well, that's what I was about to say, Billy. That's probably my favorite thing about NXT is the star, like not all of them, but a good bit of the stars that have come up, they have those custom entrance themes made, like Finn Balor, Nakamura, freaking Bobby Roode. I mean, when they come up to the roster, they've got those themes that people already know, so people know they're there. And I mean, you got people singing along to a violin when Nakamura comes out.
Finn Balor's finally off of injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had a match with Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam, you know, as a demon, which was, and again, I love that persona of the demon, but a lot of people say they would like to see that more, and I disagree with that, and here's the reason why. It would lose its mystique, in my personal opinion. It would lose its uniqueness.
How often do we see it a year?
We see, I would say...
Big events.
Big events.
Big events.
Like, I could see him doing it.
SummerSlam, like Mania.
I could see that. He breaks out, you know, it's the big match. He breaks out the demon because that's how he needs to. That's how he needs to.
Right. With Bray Wyatt.
That's what he has to do.
Yeah, but if we saw it every week on a Monday Night Raw, it just wouldn't have that uniqueness to it.
And
that you would see it for the big matches.
What a double standard.
Yeah.
What a double standard. Because they've got people that don't like Brock Lesnar for not showing up. But you just brought up that if we saw the demon every week, it would lose its mystique. Right? So if you see Brock Lesnar weekly, can't talk, only has Paul Heyman, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm not completely shooting you down.
Okay.
But
do we see Brock at every pay-per-view?
Yes.
Well,
not really.
Well,
not really.
That's the problem.
And that's what I mean. So like people say that it would be bad if he did the demon at every pay-per-view, but you know,
I think for every pay-per-view, Finn Balor should come out as a demon. Because that's when it matters the most. That's when when you're winning.
And that's when Brock Lesnar shows up. When it's
Not every
time for the money.
And
When it's time for the money.
It is what it is. But that's the other thing is that I want to see Finn Balor every Monday night. I would want to see him in action every other Monday.
Right.
Because he is a fantastic talent.
Right.
If he was in AEW, he'd be on every show.
And that's the other thing, too. I know we might be totally off the thing, but I'm an old school guy like you, Billy. I wish that we could get the return of the jobber.
Actually,
we
can't call them jobbers anymore. You got to call them enhancement
talent. Whatever.
Where's Barry Horowitz?
Where is Barry Horowitz?
Yeah.
Like, really, man. Like, it used to be the point where you would never see the big stars clash until it was time for the big event. But people have gotten so used to that, you know, because in the Attitude Era, jobbers went away.
Yeah, sure.
Big stars were like Triple H Austin, Triple H Kane, you know, every Monday night. So I think that wrestling really programmed people to a different thing. When back in the day, I mean, Shawn Michaels didn't face Razor till WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So to me, I think it like when James Ellsworth came in against Bray Wyatt, right? Not Bray Wyatt, Strowman.
Yeah, Strowman.
When Strowman was doing his build-up, even Nia Jax, they were bringing out jobbers for them to
I knew some of them.
Get there.
Some of the guys that did I knew Murakos.
You know, so I don't know. To me, I just think that needs to come back more and have the big guys squash somebody on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw should be the story builder for, you know, if they do face each other, an in-ring promo or something like that. Just talk. Why do we have to come to blows every Monday night?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this. Since I am general manager of APW, I will put this out there that I disagree with you. We don't always need the jobbers, and in our promotion, APW, we will not have jobbers. Every time you come out, you will see fantastic. APW stands for action-packed wrestling.
But we're different.
That's what's going to happen.
We're different. We're not televised weekly.
Hey, you know what?
We're not televised weekly. We're different. So let's say you
might not escalate to televised weekly.
Like, let's say you take away Monday Night Raw. Let's say for some reason Monday Night Raw goes away. And all you have is like back in the day before cable TV was around, and all you had was Superstars on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know,
or Saturday afternoon.
The only time you really got to see wrestling was on those days. And what did you see? You saw Shawn Michaels going against random guy. You know, stuff like that. And then they would have those promos. I don't know. Part of me just wishes we could go back to that.
Well, I'm glad I'm booking the talent for APW. I mean, that's how it is. Because I know what my fans want. My fans always want action-packed wrestling. And that's what you're going to get at APW, October 7th.
What you got next, Billy?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about almost out of time here. We have about 3 minutes left here in the show. I just want to get you guys' final thoughts for being here on the show. Anything you would like to say before we head off the air?
September 9th, obviously GCW. I unfortunately forget the name of the event, but tickets are on sale.
Yeah.
You want to be there.
The little Brown's gonna be there shaking his head like that, you know.
The return of D. John Johnson in the corner of Cali Heat. You're not gonna want to miss that. Beautiful Bobby's gonna be action. Like, he's current SCW champion. And in fact, you've got a tag team that is the NWA Gulf Coast tag team champions. In addition, each one of them is a heavyweight champion in other organizations. Like, you have 4 pieces of gold on 2 people. So at that point, why aren't you there?
Right.
Like, I'm going to be there. Other than that, October 7th, you've got Battle Lines, APW Battle Lines at COPAC, City of Plaquemine Activity Center in Plaquemine, Louisiana. Tickets are on sale. You can find the APW Facebook page. It's facebook.com/
Yeah. Just look up Action Packed Wrestling.
Just
The last thing I got to say is it was a pleasure. I hope we can do it again. See y'all in the ring.
And that's going to be it for WrestleDOWN, discussion of wrestling now, guys. Again, would like to thank Mark Trahan for, again, filling in for me for the past month and a half. And, guys, just a reminder, we're live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, right here on Acadiana Open Channel and on WGS-TV on YouTube and Twitch. And if you guys want to check us out or leave any comments, be sure you do that in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, follow us on Twitch and subscribe for more content right here on WGS-TV. So with my thanks to Septimus Prime, Kayla, Chauncey in the chat room, my thanks to the John Johnson, the SCW heavyweight champion, Mustang Mike, and Michael White for calling in, and of course, Mark the Smart Trahan. I'm your friendly neighborhood wrestle gamer, Billy Boudreaux, reminding all of you guys out there to stay awesome. Bye, guys!
And we'll be back.
That was fun. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
You're a blonde guy. Who would you be with? Who is champion, Natalia or Alexa Bliss? Who you be with?
Oh, man, dude. Alexa is so beautiful.
And she does the Harley Quinn, you know?
Yes. She is so beautiful. She is. Man, I love her as that little cocky little heel women's champion. You know, I was kind of upset that they took the belt off Sasha again after giving it back to her.
Yeah, but they had to do something.
You know, it is what it is. I mean,
this is my response.
Asuka.
You know, she's going to the main roster. They already had the.
Oh yeah, she'll be there. And she.
Oh,
thankfully, she relinquished the belt before leaving. So.
I don't know how to cut it off here from here.
Are we still in the air? Or?
Yeah, on
YouTube.
Twitch and YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, because all the controls for streaming are over there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I have absolutely zero control over here.
So we're still on YouTube right now?
Yeah, in a sense, there's a comment from Lissa Grief.
That's one of my people.
Yeah, none of y'all can be the Cali Heat, the Cali Heat, the Cali Heat.
I don't know who you are, Alyssa, but thank you.
Yeah.
Be shady, you're about attached too late. We're off the air on AOC, but we're doing a little bit of a post show since we can't get off the air right now on YouTube and Twitch.
Hey, why not? So.
Yeah, so
Come back.
we got some time to spare.
We get the curse on YouTube. I got a question.
Ooh, I can't curse. Sorry, I'm a good guy.
Fuck that. We can say that on here. We're not on AOC anymore.
Billy
We're not on
Boudreaux.
AOC anymore.
Billy Boudreaux just
Hey,
cursed.
now we're on WGS-TV. This is my channel, my content.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, so since we're waiting to go off the air here on YouTube and Twitch, who do you guys see as standouts currently right now in WWE? Either brand, Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. Who do you guys see as major potential superstars that can basically carry the company in WWE?
Break the glass.
Well, honestly, I mean, he's done it before, and it looks like they're building him up again, and that's The Miz. The Miz is on fire.
Oh, yes.
Ever since the brand split last year and he went to SmackDown, dude, he's been on fire. Like, I hope that they give him the ball again.
Can you text Jacob?
I want to see Bray. I want to see more Bray. You know, we talked about it. Finn Balor. Finn Balor's fantastic. I think he's been underutilized, obviously since the injury.
Yeah.
But now that he's back and he's good, like you need to use him. He is where the money is.
Who do you think, Billy?
I got to agree to an extent, Finn Balor. And listen, says I think John Johnson needs to be fired, and Luscious Lissa needs to accompany BBG to the ring.
Oh, hey, I'm down. I'm down. Oh, man. I'm getting some love down here in Louisiana. That's what's up.
You see this? You know what this means, right?
Well, I agree.
Nope.
I agree with what you said about The Miz, about how he's been a great Intercontinental Champion. People don't see him generally like I do. You got to understand the business and the inner workings of professional wrestling. And people just hate The Miz because they hate The Miz. Well, if people hate The Miz, again, that's the definition of a heel.
Right, he's doing his job.
Yeah, a heel's job is to get the fans to hate them, which is pretty much in the same category as Elias Sampson. His gimmick is to get the people to hate him, and he's doing a good job of it. And there are people out there who just say, well, I just plain hate Elias. Then isn't he doing his job?
I can't hate anybody that looks like Macho Man.
Or Damien Sandow.
That's got to be Macho Man's kid. I'm sorry. That dude looks just like him.
Who?
No.
Samson.
Oh, Samson?
Yeah, he's a closet popo.
Samson looks just like he belongs in that family.
Yeah.
Do you ever look at him when he's out there on TV? Dude, the beard,
And
the profile, man. He looks like he's bone saw. You know, I mean.
Did y'all watch somebody did a voiceover of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man talking to Gene Okerlund at like a Saturday at night main event, and they're doing a crawfish ball?
Oh gosh.
Well, Kayla has a question for you.
What's that?
She says, what are everyone's thoughts on the disappearance of the Authority gimmick on Monday Night Raw, i.e. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon?
I love it. I was getting tired of that, honestly.
I think that gimmick's way overplayed and shouldn't have been on TV to begin with.
I mean, basically, you were bringing back, in a slight way, the corporation from back in the day.
It's like Corporation 2.0.
Right. So, I mean, I'm glad it's gone.
How many different things are you going to call it? You got corporation, authority.
I mean, and at this point in his career, why does Triple H have to still be on TV?
He's got a point. You know, he does a lot of his work on NXT and in the backstage and working with all of the talent. And I got to say, from the way everything's going, he's doing a fantastic job of doing that.
Right, in NXT, but when those guys are in Vince McMahon's hands on Monday Night Raw, you know, it's all his hard work is gone. I cannot wait. I cannot wait till Vince is gone from the company as far as having all that control on Monday Night Raw. Hand everything over to Triple H.
And Shane.
Yes.
And Shane, yes. Both of them, man.
Now that Shane's back, I'm talking
if those guys could run Monday Night Raw and SmackDown respectively, could you imagine the type of TV we would have?
Boom! Another Attitude Era.
I mean, I don't know if it would go back to Attitude Era, but it would be back to that feeling. It'd be back to that feeling. It'd be to the point where you walk down the street and you see, you know, multiple people wearing wrestling T-shirts again. Yeah. How often do you walk down the street and just see random people wearing wrestling T-shirts?
Not much. Exactly.
It's very few and far between now.
Well, if people came and saw me, they would, you know, if they could see the screen. I'm pretty sure right now I'm just a floating head.
But no.
Well, they would see the Yes, Yes, Yes T-shirt that I have because I have quite a collection of wrestling T-shirts.
When I was in high school,
everybody wore wrestling T-shirts.
You had NWO, you had Austin, you had DX, Wolfpack. I mean, everybody was into pro wrestling.
Oh, yes.
And now it's to the point where you still have your hardcore people that are still into it, but a lot of those hardcore people have lost interest because it sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like flip the channel.
I mean, I wish for the days again where I could have two shows on at the same time and I could flip back and forth.
I did that all the time,
Oh,
too.
my gosh.
I miss those days.
It'll never work again, though.
There is one place in all of America that you can see wrestling shirts whenever you walk down the hall or whenever you walk down the street. It's called Rodeo Drive, and they're all pink. And they all say, "Can you beat the Cali Heat?"
And on the back it says,
"No."
Nope.
And so there's at least one place in America that is still living in the glory days of wrestling where you can see.
But think about it. That's why TNA going live didn't matter.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. When they went live, when Hogan took over?
Oh, that was horrible.
It didn't matter because who cared?
Yeah.
I've got a DVR now.
Yeah,
I can record that crap and fast forward through the stuff I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Back in the day, man, if you missed a commercial break on Raw, you missed something big on Nitro. Like it was. Those are the days, man.
And here's the big mistake they made. They went live on Monday nights, but they still showed the replays on Thursdays.
Right. Which was retarded.
So why watch it live
when I can watch it recorded?
Exactly.
2 nights later, 3 nights later. Yeah, no, I agree.
Luscious Lissa says Bayley is the best. She needs to be women's champion again. Well, right now I think I'm not sure if it's kayfabe or legit, but they're working an angle where she's injured.
Yeah, she's hurt. Yeah,
she's actually injured.
Yeah, I think that's legit.
But I think one of the main move-ups that I'm looking forward to, and you know who I'm talking about because I just showed you her picture,
right,
is how they're going to implement Asuka into the main roster scene, because when she was on NXT, she was dominant.
Right.
She had that wonderful mix of beauty and deadliness. She knew how to work in the ring. She knew all of her spots. She wasn't dainty like Eva Marie was. And I'm glad that plastic Barbie doll is out of WWE for good.
Let me ask you this. How are they going to keep her undefeated on the main roster?
Plastic Barbie doll.
She was full of silicone. I'm talking about Eva Marie.
Lana don't have...
Lana's married, and I'm not saying a damn word about Lana. Because Rusev can eat me.
But no, seriously, if Asuka comes to the main roster, like everybody figures she's gonna after they do this injury, whatever. They said she's legitimately hurt.
Yeah, right.
A collarbone.
Yeah.
How are they going to keep her undefeated? Because didn't she surpass Goldberg's streak?
Yeah, well over.
Well over. So how are they going to keep her undefeated? I mean, do you make that girl lose?
Do you make her lose first night out on Raw? Jesus.
Well, and here's the question as well.
Who's going to take it?
Well, again,
Nia Jax.
Well, she beat Nia Jax when she was in NXT.
That goes back to what I was saying, how I don't like NXT being televised. And honestly, if you got a talent like Asuka, why'd you take her to NXT? Why didn't you bring her straight to the main roster?
She needed promo work.
What about Samoa Joe? Why did Samoa Joe have to go to NXT for 2 years?
Wait, is Samoa Joe still...
Samoa Joe's injured. Yeah, he's on Monday Night Raw, but he's injured, I believe.
Did he get hurt?
From what some people are saying, that he got hurt.
Scott Steiner says he's fat.
No, Samoa Joe is one of the best big guys.
I'm surprised anyone can understand what Scott Steiner said.
Hey, Kayla, you're singing. Where you from, Kayla?
Shut up, Kayla. Kayla just says, so Billy wants Rusev to eat him. Is that what I just heard? Well, since we're not on AOC and we're on my channel, a couple of those to you. I can't believe I just said
Kayla did say that you hate the word luscious, and I absolutely despise anything luscious.
But that's just my thing. I just don't think that NXT should be televised the way it is.
No, Kayla, I'm still not going to call you that word either.
I'll call you crazy. But I like crazy.
I like crazy, Kayla.
Him.
Hey, Kayla, where are you from? Yeah, where are you from?
John Johnson likes crazy for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
stalkerish, no. Crazy, I like.
Now, a lot of people made a lot of hype about the whole, and unfortunately, I have to go here because we're still running out of topics to talk about. Because
I'm not running out of topics.
Well, because our director here, who was supposed to be in the booth,
you know what?
is not here.
Hey, we won't stop and we can't stop. We're going. Hey, if you're on the internet, we're here. So what you got, Billy?
Conor McGregor and Floyd Money Mayweather.
Hold on.
What about it?
Did anybody watch it? Because
I did.
For one,
I watched it.
I didn't care enough about
my stepdad
it to watch it.
I watched it, and it was exactly what I knew it was going to be. It was exactly what I knew it was going to be.
He's gonna blow.
Mayweather was going to blow him up.
Yeah.
Mayweather was going to blow him up in that ring. I'm sorry. I have much respect. I have much respect to MMA guys, but Conor McGregor trains for at the most 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Now they're 5-minute rounds, but that's not the same as boxing. MMA, they do a lot of work on the ground, and they act like they're not doing anything.
Go see if you can.
But they really are.
I need to get out of here soon.
All right.
But they really are. But when you're boxing and you're going pop, pop, pop,
no,
pop,
you want to talk about boxing? Here's the problem with boxing. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor both made shit tons of money.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're sitting there counting it together. And they're sitting. Yo, bro.
You need to bring back, if you want boxing to be real, and I'm going to call it just like it is. If you want boxing to be real, you need to bring back a prize disparity between the person who wins and the person who loses.
Yep.
If both people are making 9 million, 10 million, 90 million, 30, I don't even know how much. It doesn't even matter. If both of them are making similar amounts of money and you're not having one person take 80% of the prize, it's not going to be real. Because it's what's my motivation to beat the crap out of somebody when I'm getting paid anyway?
Alex, IA Baller, don't spam emotes in the chat room because Nightbot will get you. Now, let me ask y'all this. If it had been an MMA fight instead of a boxing fight,
McGregor would have crushed him.
Or easily, 100%.
McGregor would have crushed him. It'd have been totally different.
There's a couple times where...
Because think of the rules.
Well, let's
Mayweather doesn't know how to wrestle.
I've seen images of Mayweather turned around with like this, with McGregor behind him. Yep. That's a problem.
Yep.
That is against the rules in boxing.
Yep.
Mark, do you have the finger on the switch?
Yeah, I think I know how to do it.
Think you know how to do it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to find out if we're off.
So again, last comments, be sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WrestleGamer, and if you're on Twitch, be sure you hit that follow button. Again, we are live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, taking your calls, comments, and questions about the wrestling industry, and of course, a few other topics as well. So I would like to see, Kayla says, I would like to see Billy versus Brock Lesnar in an MMA fight.
Hey, you know what? If you paid Billy enough, Billy would do it. If you pay me enough, I'll get in the ring with Brock Lesnar and let him beat the crap out of me real quick.
Did he get it off? Are we off now?
Are we off now, Mark?